Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now January 25th of 2022, and we're only getting closer to the marketing run of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, which is all set and ready to begin by mid to late March of this year. That's really going to set everything up and really pretty much gain the hype of the Star Wars fandom when it all involves, of course, the marketing of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. Tomorrow we have the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 5, which a lot of fans are looking forward to that chapter because it's going to have a lot of reveals. It's going to set everything up for the last 2 episodes after that once it stops at Chapter 7 by this February. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time. Really make sure to interact with you guys further. So what's really interesting about the future of the Star Wars universe is that, yes, we do have George, John, and Dave all working together as a team to really bring back Star Wars Legends and to bring Star Wars back to its roots. And that's the very thing that a lot of Star Wars fans have been looking forward to the most, is exactly how, of course, John, George, and Dave are going to utilize that. How accurate everything is really going to be in comparison to the books, the novels, and the comics from the 1990s into the early 2000s. Now, we already know that shows like the Ahsoka Tano series is going to deeply resemble the Thrawn trilogy books from the 1990s. That, to me, I think is a very interesting way to go about doing things, and exactly how John, George, and Dave are approaching the Star Wars universe as a whole. So, beyond all of that, alright, we already know that Kathleen Kennedy has been having a lot of problems with a project in particular, that of course being the Acolyte TV series. Now, a lot of Lucasfilm creators are working on that show that are actually in support of Kathleen Kennedy's vision, as well as Leslye Headland's vision of Star Wars and what it really stands for in their minds. And I think that's one reason why this show specifically is just not going to be successful, because to them it's really not all about the philosophy of Star Wars by George Lucas. It's all about getting rid of George's ideas, concepts, and philosophy. So with that being said, however, what's really intriguing has everything to do with the fact of what's been going on. So with The Mandalorian Season 3 getting closer to wrapping production, Disney is getting prepared to begin promoting the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series by this March that is really going to surprise the entire fandom. However, it's noted that recently Lucasfilm has been working on the Acolyte TV series that has had so many setbacks by Kathleen Kennedy that are now beginning to move closer to filming for the series to become a reality. However, it's noted that Lucasfilm creators and Kathleen Kennedy recently made a very bold and daring decision to bring on director Rian Johnson to direct a handful of Star Wars episodes for the Acolyte series. Now, it's noted that both Kennedy and Rian have been in the talks about this for the past number of months, where it's described that Kathleen Kennedy is giving Rian Johnson a shot at directing some of the key episodes of the Acolyte series after his trilogy was cancelled by Disney CEO Bob Chapek. Now, Disney, however, refuses to announce this and make it official that Rian's trilogy had been cancelled, and they are not planning to make that publicly known until sometime next year, as they want to make sure their shows do well first before making such an announcement that they think will make them seem scared from the fans. Let me just stop right here for a second. Now, the thing about Disney's treatment of preventing themselves from announcing Rian Johnson's trilogy being cancelled, it comes off as them, yes, being very frightened of the fans, and it matches their overall fears. It does. We already know that Rian Johnson, pretty much has been trying to cover up his new trilogy being cancelled for the longest time now, and we already know that Disney as a whole, as a company, has been refusing to make that official and to make that officially announced. And there's a number of reasons why. We've gone over this before in the past. But everything related to Rian Johnson, everybody knows that Rian Johnson has tainted Star Wars. He has literally, pretty much disfigured the overall Star Wars community. He really divided the community. He is the main reason as to why the sequel trilogy broke apart. And I think that what they should have done right from the get-go is they should have left it up to one writer and one director and one story all planned from the very beginning. This way it could have been very consistent. They could have had everything planned out from, many years ago, and it just would have worked out better than what it came out to be. So with that being said, Rian Johnson getting involved with the Acolyte TV series sounds like a disaster. It sounds like every fan's worst nightmare come true, and that seems like what Kathleen Kennedy has no problem with. You know, it seems like she's very oblivious, or she's doing this on purpose. It's very hard to tell at this point, because when you look at everything related to the Acolyte TV series, we already know that this show is going to involve a lot of identity politics, a lot of real-world issues being thrown in there. It's going to be a mess, to tell you guys the truth. I don't see this being a special Star Wars show like The Mandalorian, or even half of what the Book of Boba Fett is currently right now. I don't see it being anything all that special. But hey, you know what? There's no footage. We can't really judge anything quite yet. I will be honest about that. But from the sounds of it, it's not looking good. Moving on. So, on top of that, further, Rian Johnson is set to use many of his directing skills that he used in The Last Jedi that will be applied to the Acolyte series, and that Rian Johnson is set to direct the episodes that will involve the character of Yoda. Now, it's noted that Kathleen Kennedy is the one who is allowing Rian Johnson to take control over the scenes that will feature Yoda in the Acolyte series, and that he actually has control over the scenes that will also involve moments for the Jedi Order and the Jedi Council. Now, Rian has also been in the talks with Leslye Headland about coming on board for the series. This is something that Johnson has wanted to do for a long time by focusing on Yoda. However, Disney's higher-ups, including Disney CEO Bob Chapek, are very worried about Johnson coming on board of the series to take care of Yoda. Kennedy figures that since Rian handled Yoda in The Last Jedi as a Force ghost, that he is best suited to direct those episodes that he is in. The Acolyte series is also going to focus on new revelations about the Jedi Order in some of the episodes. These episodes, of course, will be the same ones that Johnson is prepared to direct. Kennedy, however, has been keeping quiet about her conversations with Rian Johnson on joining the Acolyte series, as she knows that the majority of fans are going to be very unhappy about this decision on her front. It's something that Kennedy has wanted to do for a while now, by involving Johnson in a Star Wars TV show instead of movies. Kennedy is described to be very excited about bringing on Johnson for the Acolyte. Given that he is no longer working on his own trilogy, Yoda is also set to get a fresh new design with the Acolyte series on Disney+, with a younger appearance and a new Jedi cloak that will be very much universal to the High Republic. Here's the thing that I have a problem with as well, is the fact that they're allowing Johnson to direct the episodes that involve Yoda, specifically. Kennedy feels that he's best suited for Yoda because he worked on Yoda in The Last Jedi. And honestly, a lot of people that I know did not like the way that Yoda was presented in The Last Jedi. Some of you guys may, out there may have liked that, but I've said this before many times, numerous times. Yoda always felt off character in The Last Jedi. There was something off about him in all the scenarios where he was communicating with Luke. There was something about it. Sure, it was nice to have Puppet Yoda back. That was amazing. That was great. But other than that, there was something very, very off about the way Rian Johnson directed Frank Oz to use the character of Yoda. There was something off about it. I can't really quite put my finger on it. There was something more cartoony or childish about it than normal, and it just came off as very just disjointed. It really seems like that Johnson was trying way too hard to portray Yoda as a Force ghost, essentially. So, overall, guys, I would like to hear what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.